state of mind of the gazelles. Let us have a look at the other side of the table, so to speak. Again, we start out the moment just before the gazelles get up, lying under the tree, chewing the cud. The gazelles dwell in delta. When the chewing is done, frequency rises slowly, whilst the gazelles prepare themselves for the food search which happens in theta. While feeding on abundant grass, the state drops to lower theta. When the deer are grazing, they have nose and mouth close to the ground, and unfortunately, their eyes have to follow suit. In order to feel safe, the gazelles have to lift their heads. Hence, within short intervals, a deer will stop grazing, lift the head, and scan the horizon, and eventually smell an incoming predator, observant like in picture 23. To do so, it penetrates into the state of beta for a few seconds. With the head up, with one eye located on each side of the head, the gazelle has an almost perfect panoramic view, leaving behind only a blind spot of a few degrees, forcing it to turn the head in order to get the full circle and feel secure. The view angles of prey and predator are shown in picture 23 right. The light gray areas marks the viewing angle of each eye, and the darker gray is the area where the viewing angles of both eyes overlap. White is the blind angle. As you can see, prey typically have a far broader viewing angle, but at the price of sharpness, whereas the predator has a narrower but far sharper view, which happens to fit perfectly for the tunnel view, through which the prey is tracked down. The same is true for the ears. Those of the gazelle conveniently twists as radars on their bases, whereas the lion's ears are less flexible and rather directed forward. If everything feels safe, the animal returns to feeding and the brain frequency is lowered into the theta state again. Now the lion suddenly approaches in vigilant speed. The wide-angle eyes of one observant gazelle instantly catches his movements, and the other animals are alarmed. The heads are lifted one by one in order to find out what is happening. At this alarmed state, before the gazelles recognize the imminence of the approaching danger, the frequency rises to beta in order for the animals to process the new incoming data as quickly as possible. Upon visual contact with the lion, the whole herd turns as one and gallops away. Though this is a dangerous situation, it obviously is only dangerous to one individual. The herd as such feels safe and simply runs on autopilot with no further input. The program runs in delta. With the lion coming dangerously close, the poor mother has to abandon her calf and runs with the herd. The calf, on the other hand, is still lacking the experience and therefore well incorporated programs. He is well aware that he needs to do something cunning. He too knows that the lion poses the danger, but the what to do does not come to mind. By searching for his mother, he tries to establish this what. It is all very confusing, and within these crucial split seconds, there is an awful lot of data to process. This drives the calf into high beta, whereas the rest of the herd already is out of reach for the lion. They are slowing down their pace. Soon they are back in theta and proceed with their feeding. As the calf loses contact with his mother, his strategy is lost as well. Now he has to search for a plan B. He cries in agony and spins up in high-end beta in sheer desperation. But with no relatives in sight and no experience, he is processing merely thin air. He tries to run somewhere without a clue as to what he is facing. Stress is pacing the heart in his trembling body. The lion, on the other hand, is heading full speed, like a cannon bullet, with all parameters under control, which ultimately should lead him to the catch. As the calf feels the breath of the lion, he blows the fuse and faints just in time before he lands in the mouth of the victorious predator. He is not dead yet, but all signs of life have gone. Brain waves have stopped. His nervous system has shut down. He has given over his warm body to the lion. Should some baboons incidentally and hypothetically come along and disturb the lion, though, he could be tempted to chase down the monkeys, thereby leaving the fainted calf on its own. After a short while, blood would again nourish the nervous system. It would start reorganizing itself and race into delta while the body is being reset. Adrenaline is being washed out and muscles are cleared of milk acid and other debris. This is sometimes associated with tremors shaking the whole system. Then all of a sudden, main circuits switches on again. Brain waves are leveled up to surge state, and with high theta, the calf jumps on his legs and runs off, calling for his mother.